gobbled back in these woods behind me. The Hunter Call of the Wild is a video game that's asked me to create a how-to tips and tactics for turkey hunting. I figure what a better way to do it than in the field while I'm actually chasing birds. That way I can point out things that I think are important and good strategies. Now I just need a bird to holler back so we can get this show on the road.
The wild turkey is native to North America and spans across the country in nearly every state. There are multiple subspecies, including the eastern, Merriam's, Rio, Osceola, and Gould's. Because of the turkey's broad distribution, they are one of the most widely hunted game animals in North America. Turkeys mate in the spring when the toms strut and display to attract hens. They are also very vocal and susceptible to calling this time of year. They feed on a variety of bugs and seeds, needing a combination of thick vegetation and open area habitats to flourish. In the evenings, turkeys fly to the safety of trees, where they roost, in order to remain protected from ground-dwelling predators.
I'm going to try to locate turkeys using what we call a locator call. So there's a lot of different locator calls. One could just be like an owl hoot or a turkey gobble. I'll do that off into the distance and listen. The birds are up in a roost right now before they fly down, and I'm hoping to get them to sound off in the roost to make a play. If not, I'll keep throwing out different locator calls and different calls, keeping my ears open to hopefully hear one off in the distance to try to figure out where they're at. Got a track right here in the dirt. There's a trail coming down here, nice soft dirt and a big track. See the three toes right here. It's a good sign. That way. Right here's some more turkey sign where turkey's scratched out, probably to feed on whatever little bugs and anything might be underneath this. You see also picking gravel and other things, but definitely a turkey sign right here. I've got my decoy set out here. There's a trail turkeys have been using. I got a good backdrop, so if a turkey comes up, it won't see me, and I'll just make sure to stay still. On this setup, it looks like a single tom track. I don't know if it's a young one, like a mature tom, or a jake. So I set up just a hen decoy, because I'm going to make some hen calls, and I don't want him to get scared off if he's a little bit younger bird. I'm going to be set up here, ready, so I don't have to make a lot of movements with my gun. I'm going to be using my box call. tracks. It was worth checking this spot out. For turkey hunting, there's a lot of different gear and a lot of different tactics, but we'll just go over some of the basics to start off. For spring seasons, most people use a shotgun or a bow. I decided to use a shotgun. It's a 12 gauge. I've got for shot a size 6 heavy shot. This thing on my shotgun, while it might look like a grenade launcher, is actually just a camera, because this whole thing I'm filming myself. I do a lot of solo hunting and self-filming, so I figured I would just self-film, and this just helps me get some of the action. But this particular spot I'm hunting, I'm walking a long ways, so I don't have a blind, but if there's a field or a place where you know turkeys are coming out, a lot of people will use a ground blind. Turkeys have great eyesight, so anything you can use to trick their eyesight, that includes camouflage, gloves, face mask, being very still. And then I also have some turkey decoys. In the spring, turkeys, that's when they mate, so the decoys can help pull a turkey into your setup. Because a turkey's eyes are so good and they are vocal, it's possible to call them in. There's a lot of different types of turkey calls, but I'll go over a couple of the main ones. So this is a box call. I use this a lot. It's one of the easier calls to use. It works off of friction, so you just pass it over this top part over the wood side and it creates the turkey sound. The box call imitates the females, the hens, which helps bring in the gobblers. Now there's another friction call called the slate call, and that's just a round slate with a striker, and you do the same thing, friction, creating the turkey sound. Another popular call is what's called a diaphragm call, or a mouth call. This goes in your mouth. This is probably the hardest to use, but can create some of the most realistic sounds and is hands-free. As I'm walking around, it's a little bit later in the morning, and I haven't heard any turkeys yet, so they're definitely out of the roost. And as I explore new country, I'm just throwing out some hen calls, hoping to just get like a shock gobble where the turkey hears a hen and he just calls out. Now hopefully maybe I can work that bird there, or maybe he'll just let me know that he's there and stay where he's at. So what I'm trying to do is walk around, locate a turkey first, and then I can decide how I'm going to proceed. I spotted the fans of some toms back here in the trees, so I'm just going to creep around where I won't be seen, set up, and see if I can't call them to me. I got in close, just no clear shot. There's just a lot of stuff in between me and the turkeys, and they were a little bit far, so I let them go, and then a hen came through and they took off, and I have no clue where they went. I tried calling and they just weren't as interested in me as they were that live hen. So time to make a new plan and maybe figure out a new way to hunt, maybe set up with a blind and some decoys, or I don't know, there's a lot of options. Not every stalk or every try works out. So, try something new. We've got this open area, this big open meadow, and a lot of trees around, which is really good, but it's hard to sneak up on turkeys in the open because their eyesight's so good. So what our plan's going to be is we're going to set up a blind and then have some decoys out, use some calls, and try to draw the turkeys to the location where we're sitting.
If I could only fly, I would fly so high, I would kiss kiss the sky, it'd be so, so right. So right. So right.
Awesome bird, mature tom. He's got a really long beard, really good spurs on him.
Woke up this morning with the sunrise in my eyes, just like a new day, a breath of fresh air in my life. I don't know how, don't know why, but I'll be toasting all my life. My boots and briefcase are waiting at the door. My ride sweeter.
I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited that I'll have the opportunity to at least virtually hunt with a lot more people, and it's going to be really cool. So if you end up getting it, I will see you in the Rockies.